Toastmaster Ngan, congratulations, you're through the first big hurdle, which is to get up here before this entire group, the largest crowd we've had in probably a couple of years anyway, and gave us your icebreaker. What a fantastic icebreaker it was. You gave us a history lesson for some of us, and for those of us that are a little older, a remembrance of the way things happened in those times. And certainly my hat is off to you and your family for your successful getting out of Vietnam and getting to this country, and the steps that you must have had to endure along the way. Certainly I've heard many stories like yours. This is one of the first times that I'm actually privileged to be in the same room and as a friend and fellow member who could relate directly this information. So really great job, and I'm sure you'll have some fantastic speeches as you move through the manual that will further expound on some of these things. So good job with that. I'm amazed that you said English was your third language. I assume the first is Vietnamese, but what's the second?
Indonesian.
Indonesian, okay. That's a tough language too. But at any rate, you did a very good job with the English, as far as overall I could see. I didn't try to be the grammarian. We'll let Karen take care of that. But I didn't hear anything any more grammatically incorrect than most of the rest of the shoes in the course of the speech. So you did well with that. I thought that you had an excellent presentation as far as the user chronological organization. You basically told us your life story from the start until now. And of course that's a lot of years, and you condensed that into under 5 minutes, and I thought that you did a good job with that. There is one thing that I think you need to be thinking about for the next speech, where the focus is organization, is that you were supposed to have an opening, a body, and a conclusion, and what you really had was a body. You didn't start with an opening and you didn't really conclude. Something simple like, I'm here today to tell you about my life story and how I got from communist Vietnam to America and to the United States Army. And then you had something very briefly, and you said, I joined the Army, and now I'm going to tell you why. But I think perhaps a little more along that line. And at the end, something like, there you've heard my story. In future speeches, I will expound upon some of these things, and I'm glad to have a chance to let you know this information. So you were just kind of finished and raised your hand out, shake the Toastmaster's hand. You weren't quite ready. So I think the next speech will focus on that, and you'll do great. Another thing that I would mention is you did have a lot of ahs in your speech. I'm sure the counter will reflect on that, but just be aware that that'll be an area that you'll have to be working on as you go through the program. But great job, and I really enjoyed your talk. And thank you so much for bringing up an important part of the history of the world that we need to know more about and appreciate, Mr. Toastmaster.